What's up, YouTubers? Hello, hello, Facebook. What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for joining me. As always, it's nice to see you. Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic, Compound Concentration Coffee. We are here. We're up. We're on the air. Your SunDaze edition. How you doing out there? All right, YouTubers, Facebookers, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all the other places in which Compound Concentration Coffee is at. Yeah, I'm still having my coffee, so you know the routine. Cheers, by the way. Good morning, Budrich. How are you, man? Oh, you're tripping over your tongue, too? Ah, it's not just me. Awesome. Good morning, Diana. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you in YouTube land. I kind of figured that. I hope everyone has had a good start to their day. I have, absolutely. What is up, my Smokahontas? How are you? We're getting a full house. The gang's all here. Man, it's gorgeous out here right now. It's 44 degrees on the grounds of the compound here in Orange, Connecticut. Humidity, 50% even. Winds, 5 miles an hour. We're looking at highs today in the mid-50s, so take advantage. Unfortunately, right now, from what I'm seeing, we may start Mondays with a little bit of overcast, cloudy, dreary, drab. You know I don't like that, but it is what it is. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 beautiful days in a row, sunny weather for us once again. Gonna have a little bit of overcastness from Friday going into Saturday. Then transitions into nice sun, and we have the rest of the weekend sunny, and hopefully into next week. Mondays, the same. You have any idea what you're going to get, or are you just going to kind of shop as you go along? All right, now, Austin Woodward, Zach Ledbetter in a tune called Mitigate. Now, coming up, I have Hand in the Fire from Our Will, and I have a stand block coming your way. Really? It turned out to be a draw? Come on. Budrich says, all right, I'm up, I'm standing. I'm ready. But wow, a draw, huh? Like, I haven't seen it. I haven't even seen any clips of it. Were they really that evenly matched? Wasn't that great, huh? Man. See, a lot of scuttlebutt, a lot of talk, you know. People were wondering, is Tyson of old going to come out, you know? Just that absolute fucking ripping beast. Ding! Yeah, well, huh. I wonder. I got to check it out. I got to check out some of the clips and shit, you know? Yeah, absolutely. Who wasn't? Who wasn't looking for that TKO? I mean, I'm sure the bets and the bookies were going crazy in Vegas. What's up, Annabelle? How are you, David? Well, it was the Tyson match last night. Budrich, who was it he fought against? I really haven't paid that much attention to it outside of I knew there was a fight. It went 8 rounds, really. And yeah, it was the Tyson fight last night. But a draw. Ha! All right. Let me get out of here. Now, I have our Will. Hand in the Fire, which goes out to our Diana. Snoop Dogg came on as a guest commentator. He performed it to Smoke. Nice. Really? You're saying he was fatigued with no energy, huh? Yet he went 8 rounds. As I said, I got to check it out. So it was Tyson versus Jones, by the way. Well, I mean, David, he hasn't fought in years. Yeah, Roy Jones. It was an exhibition boxing match. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure we would have heard about the ear chewing if that occurred. See, that's awesome. Talk about a nice little bit of paying it forward. Got some news of the ... Whoa. Now, an owner of an Ohio jazz and blues club says a customer who came in just before the business ended up closing down for a second time now due to this whole round of COVID going up. The individual ordered a single drink, but left a $3,000 tip. Yeah. The owner of Nighttown says this customer came in, ordered the single drink. The man handed his bill to the owner, and, he told the owner, split the tip amongst the waitstaff. So, Ring said he initially was shocked when he looked at the bill and he thought he saw a $300 tip. But he puts his glasses on and he was like, oh, what? A $3,000 tip. Legit tip. Yep. He says it's going to come as a big help, obviously, because they're looking at another 6 to 8 weeks of being closed, on top of being closed before. You know, normally they're open 364 days a year. They're only closed on Christmas. However, due to this, you know, the spreading of the virus once again, he says, you know, I have to consider my staff. So, since it's, you know, in the last 2 weeks alone, it's gotten very, very close to all of us. I've had 4 customers who said that they were new people who contracted or came down with it themselves. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Seriously. Yeah, that is fantastic. All right, once again, back there, you had Hand in the Fire. Now, I mentioned a little stand block. Stand block, of course. Songs with stand in the title, in which you need to stand up and hang out until we're done. No, I'm just kidding. We have such things as Let's Stand Together. Well, Rocky Duani's Stand. Lance Tabor and Stand Up. You got Nico Fuzz, When You Stand. You got Lyle Workman's United We Stand. And more. So, of course, starting the stand block, we will go with Lance Tabor's Stand Up. There you go. Well, I mean, yeah, we all know the dude's a hell of a stoner. Excuse me. Let me adjust something over here real quick. That's good. Now remember, it's SunDaze, so I'm only on until 1 p.m. The Chargers coming to Buffalo today for my game. We've just got off a bye week, too, so. A bye week and a loss. I don't expect my guys to lose again today. Yeah, we're 7-3 going against a 3-17. Now, a lot of people might go, oh, 3-7, that's enough. No. They're going to be coming into this game hungry. They are. They're going to be coming in wanting it. So That's what I want, too. Dig. All right, let's stand together. Number 2 in your stand block. Again, what's on everyone's agenda? I know what some of you got going on, but how about the rest of you? It has been delayed. I mean, I feel bad, but at the same time, you need to do what you need to do. People, you need to stay safe. I mean, I would be aggravated too if it was my team, of course. But unfortunately, 2020 is not a normal year in any way, shape, or form, so we've all had to learn to basically roll with punches. And man, have we all gotten them. Knock on wood, I gotta say, man, the cameras are looking nice and clear on both sides. I'm loving that. And audio sounds really good. Well, sounds good to me, but everything good to all of you out there? You're the ones who count. Well, 52 degrees isn't bad. And rainy in Mississippi, huh? All right. Continuing on the stand. Where's the stand in the storm? Debrissa McKinney is featured on this track with Secret Agent 23 Skidoo. And things could always be worse.
stress. I'm hard-headed, so I smash glass ceilings and don't really care if gatekeepers catch feelings. It's time to rearrange and correct the course. Connect with the life force and respect the source. Either open up your heart to what the feminine brings, or get knocked off your throne when the pendulum swings. Yeah. I used to care. Now I just don't care. I used to get so scared. Now I just don't anymore. I thought I'm breathing. Now I just don't anymore. You never know what you're ready for till you stand in the storm and you let it pour. I used to care. Now I just don't anymore. I used to get so now I just don't anymore. I felt I'm breathing. Now I just don't anymore. I stood in the storm and I let it pour. Till the thunder clouds, I'm not underground anymore.
Stand in the Storm. DeBruce and McKinney featured on a track with Secret Agent 23 Skidoo. Now, let us do. There we go. This track featuring Soundtrack with Manny Draper. It's called Stand Tall. Now, this is Still I Stand, Secret Agent 23 Skidoo with DJ Epic. Coming up at the top of the hour, 11 o'clock, you get your JC and your Power Hour.
vision, staying dipped in boom baptism. I preach to the choir that kept the music sacred. Sucker MCs get excommunicated. Watch out, who's rubbing elbows in stealth mode? Oh hell no, it's the shell toe, go and tell pro. When labels only sell what sucks, it's no wonder when the culture self-destructs. But the underground foundation's the cornerstone that make the family connect like Don Corleone. The more you learn respect, the more it's shown. Test tube baby MCs, yo, with poorly cloned. Catch a cab, take it back to the lab. Charge it to the claim, put it on my tab. My dues are paid from all the music made. I probably go up with a bang, cause I refuse to fade. Yeah, my style wasn't built on sand, I'm rock solid. Mind stay filled with plans, plus knowledge. Grind till my skills expand, plus more wallet. Demolish your illness jam, just flawless. It's fun like a ceiling fan, just astonished. Every time, feel me, fam, that's a promise. Spotlights are stealing, man, I'm too stylish. Y'all fall, still I stand. Y'all fall, still I stand. Y'all fall, still I stand. Y'all fall, still I stand.
Still I Stand. Again, that featured DJ Epic with Secret Agent 23 Skidoo. Now, it is that time. Absolutely. Yeah, you get to hang out. Do your thing. Kick back with my beautiful little woman as she talks sports and more. Got David over here on Facebook. You have Budrich, Diana, Smokahontas, and Annabelle over on YouTube.
I'll leave as soon as I sit down.
Yeah, with an attitude like that, no wonder why people leave.
Stop teasing, asshole.
All right. Y'all know the deal. I will see you in an hour. Later, everybody. Of course, I can and I do monitor the chats from where I'm at, just in case there's those, well, you know. Although you're in capable hands with the little woman. You have Smokahontas over here. You have Diana over here. You have Bloodrich over there. All moderators. It's almost like a moderator meeting. A couple of times we've had people...
I prepared no notes.
Well, a couple times we've had people do that. I actually thought it was really nice. They came in and they were like, "Oh, there's a lot of mods. Is this like a meeting? You know, I'll leave." And we were like, "No, absolutely, sit down." I appreciate it. At least you were, you know, you showed manners. You didn't have to sit down. I was just
I was going to rub face with
Oh.
Oh my god. Where's my boogie? Where's my boogie? Yes. Come here, Jess. Hoop. I can't do the show without my music or my co-pilot. Say hi! Say hi, peoples! Oh. Good morning, Smokahontas. How are you, my dear? Oh, fine, I'll put my paw down. Good Lord. How is everybody out there on this wonderful SunDaze? I hope you are enjoying Chase and I's theme music, as I do. Do you enjoy it too? I'll take that as a yes. Now, let's hope that that's the only song, or something else is gonna play? Yes, that was the only song. Up, 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 up. Mwah. As I was starting to say, good morning and happy Sundays to all. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is staying healthy. I hope everyone has not lost their minds yet. I mean, that's the. I was gonna say that's the tough one, especially this year. But you know, we're doing our best. We're kicking along. I would have liked to have a few more notes than I did this week, but my laptop decided that it was gonna break my stones again. Yeah. I do my homework and put in that post is what I'm gonna do. Chugga. Now, I heard the big guy going over the Tyson fight last night. So, for those who are aware, yep, there was a Tyson fight last night. I'm glad you like the color. Our daughter Liz helped me out doing it. I kept wanting to redo it, but you know, time and whatnot. And one night she was just like, she actually wanted the color for a dual reason. She wanted to do my hair, and she wanted to use it for. She likes getting her hands all red for her cosplay. You know, makes it look like a murderer. So, but yeah. Thank you muchly. I like it. One of the guys I work with, when we were out, loading the trucks, said, you know, that thing's bright, but it is like twice as bright in the sunlight. I'm like, well, if we were allowed to be in crowds, you'd never lose me. Still eating turkey? I love turkey. I still have some. Believe it or not, I'm gonna be making a ham tonight. So, you know, Thanksgiving weekend is a decadent eating weekend. It's a good thing I walk around a lot to try to burn some of this crap off. But you can never get enough turkey. At least I can. I love turkey. No, she does very well on it. I do her hair a lot, and she does mine. The only hairstyle that she gets that I won't even try, once in a while she gets a rainbow done, and she was supposed to get it done again right as when COVID hit, when everything started shutting down. She actually had an appointment and missed it by like a week because that's when everything got shut down. So she wasn't too happy about that. But I won't even try to do the rainbow because the lady that we go to that does it does a really, really, really good job. I mean, it takes like 4 or 5 hours, but she does it amazing. But there is a lot to talk about football-wise. I'm not gonna lie. And some of what I'm gonna talk about is gonna seem biased towards my team, and of course it being my team, I'm going to be more passionate about it, but it strikes of what I've said at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of all these delays and things like this, and it really seems like all the teams are not being treated the same way when it comes to not what the protocol is, but breaking the protocol and moving the games around, and it's just so many different things right now are like, this season's not gonna have just one asterisk next to it. It's gonna have like an entire amendment book next to it because there's just so many, you know, little tidbits. Hey, Budrich. Yeah, absolutely for the most part, except for, you know, my Steelers game getting, you know, the raw end of the stick, which I'm about to get into a little bit. I mean, that was supposed to be the capping for my Thanksgiving. I've been looking forward to it all year, and hey, yeah. But, you know, there's two sides to the argument. Yes, of course, safety and health of the guys is, of course, first and foremost. Absolutely. But when it comes out more and more that one particular team broke the rules of protocol, and this is a very good indicator of why they are sick and why they have so many positives, that they actively did something that they weren't supposed to, then you have to really start considering, all right, you guys screwed up. You're screwing the season up. You know, you might have to take a forfeit. You might simply have to take a forfeit because first the Steelers and the Ravens were supposed to play Thanksgiving night, Thursday night. Which, you know, okay, first game of this week. Fine, dandy, you know. Then we're like, okay, there's too many positives, we'll play on Sunday. Still going for week 12, now we're just a regular Sunday game. Okay, fine. Not as cool as having, you know, the big spotlight on you and playing on Thanksgiving, but okay, fine, whatever. Now, yeah, David, so was I, believe me. Now, I'm trying to make sure I monitor everybody back and forth. Don't worry, I'll catch y'all. Now, okay, more people and a coach or two on the Ravens. Now we're going to move it to Tuesday night. Okay, fine. Sure, why not? Let's move it to Tuesday. Now, here's when I start. Yeah, I know. Mommy gets stressed when I talk about this. Thank you much. Now, here's where I start to get annoyed. I mean, more so. This is all for week 12, to get the week 12 game in. We still have to worry about week 13. So now, here we go. We start to have problems. We're having less and less time to prep for the game. But oh wait, if we play on Tuesday, the Ravens are going to have less time to prep. So we're going to move the Ravens game to Monday, give them that extra day. Wait, no. No. You're not giving shit to the Steelers. The Steelers aren't the one who broke the rules. The Ravens are the ones who broke the rules. The Ravens are the reason that all this is happening. The Steelers, everybody on every single team, I don't think there's any team that haven't had somebody exposed or somebody on the protocol, you know, quarantined for whatever. But the Ravens broke the rules, and that's why the high percentage is there. And now, not only are you shuffling the game as much as you possibly can, because I've also heard rumors that they're debating on moving it to Thursday. Now, if they move it to Thursday, that means we have to play the Ravens on Thursday, and whoever the hell is still playing by then, we have to play them on Thursday, hopefully not get exposed to anybody who hasn't tested positive yet, play them, and then in 3 days, play the team with no name? I am not losing to a team with no name because I only have 3 days prep. Number one. Number two, for anybody who doesn't know football or doesn't really comprehend football or whatever, when I say prep and people are like, what do you got to prep for? You just got to practice and whatever. No, there is actually preparation for who you are playing. The coaches and the staff go over who they're playing, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. They watch the games of how they've been playing this year. There are preps for each team. What's their strength? You know, okay, this guy has a really good arm. There's more of an air game. We're going to focus on this. there are fine tunings. This is what coaching is all about. There are ways to fine tune to prepare for what team you're about to play. And this is an important part of what football is. And yeah, exactly, Budrich. Back-to-back games in football is like, besides exhausting, it's dangerous and it's not fair. It's simply not fair when one team, and I would say this if it was any other team. I would say this if it was the Jets and the Dolphins. I would say it if one team breaks the rules, they should not be getting the breaks. They should not. Postponing it maybe from Thursday to Sunday, fine, but you can't just keep doing this. You simply can't just keep doing this. And if I was a conspiracy theorist, or if I was somebody who thought that the NFL really didn't like the Steelers, I would think maybe they're trying to mentally break us, which it's not going to happen. Why is it not going to happen? I'm going to tell you why. Because number one, we're a strong-ass team. Number two, we have great leadership on that team, from Coach Tomlin all the way down, to Ben Roethlisberger being a team leader, to TJ Watt being a team leader. We're not going to lose our momentum. We're going to take whatever frustration we have in the schedule and use it on the field to win the games. I'm not worried about that. I'm just saying it's not fair. It's not fair what they are doing to this team. There was talk earlier in the week about forfeiting, about the Ravens having to forfeit. And then as quickly as it got on that, it got off of that. Why? Because damn Skippy, and I'm going to say this publicly, as big as my public is, granted not as big as others, but I'm going to say this publicly. If it was the Steelers that knowingly broke protocol and knowingly did this, Roger Goodell would have absolutely no problem in telling the Steelers they had to forfeit. He would do that. He has his favorite teams. He has his teams he doesn't like. He would have no problem telling the Steelers, screw you, you fucked up. You are forfeiting the game. Why? I don't know. Why does he like certain teams other than others? I mean, we know why he likes the Patriots more than other teams, because, you know, he and Kraft are buddy-buddy. Which is fine. You're allowed to have friendships. You're not allowed to break rules for those friends. So how in the world if it moves from Tuesday to Thursday, that is just going to be difficult as hell. And you know what? I'm not saying the Steelers can't do it, but again, I'm saying it's not right. It's dangerous. It's a bad management decision. First and foremost, it's simply a bad management decision, because now you are putting a team, technically you're putting two teams, into the possibility of a higher percentage of, I'm not going anywhere, a higher percentage of injuries, because you're making them play two close games like that. There's a reason that football's only played once a week. It's a very physically taxing, and don't, the hockey fans out there, don't give me your shit. I don't want to hear it, okay? I don't. Yeah, hockey's terrific. Yeah, hockey's this. Yeah, hockey's that. I get it. I'm talking football, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm stealing water. Trying to enlarge this and it's messing with my head. Don't you belch at me. My dog all belching at me and shit. I mean, it does need to be fair. And again, it's not just the Steelers. Obviously, I'm more passionate about the Steelers, but There's another team that basically the NFL is saying screw you to, Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos have 4 quarterbacks. All 4 are ineligible. All 4 ineligible. They are on the they're not okay, let's back up a little bit. They're not quarterback Jeff again, I hate when I pronounce names incorrectly. Quarterback Jeff Driscoll did test positive for COVID. He was placed on reserve. Now, quarterback Drew Lock and backups Brett Ripon and Blake Bortles, they've been ruled out for Week 12 because of high-risk close contact. They're not showing any symptoms. They haven't come up positive. But, again, that's the protocol. They have absolutely no active quarterbacks on the roster now, and they're facing the 8-2 Saints. Denver was going to have a hard time facing the Saints with any of their quarterbacks. Now, basically, there are a couple of people that could play. There's a couple of running backs that are considered emergency quarterbacks. But what they have done, they have elevated from the practice squad this morning. I mean, this is like this early this morning. Kendall Hilton. Sorry, there's no L in there. Kendall Hinton. He is, technically he is a wide receiver, but he did play quarterback, in his college years. So it's not like he's never thrown a ball, but it's not, his main job to throw a ball. Now, this is one of those where they could have moved that game to try to help out and to try to be fair, but they didn't. Now, we're going to go over to the Saints. Were fined $500,000, which honestly, to the team itself, and they were docked a draft pick because they were docked a 7th-round draft pick, which they don't sound that bad, but that was for nobody was wearing a mask during the locker room celebration after their win over Tampa Bay. And they are also found to have conducted a maskless meeting, which again is breaking protocol. The Patriots were fined $350,000 from issues in October when a bunch of the guys tested positive, and when they were forced to push back things. Now, I'm not seeing evenness here. I'm not seeing fair. Yeah, the Saints. It's their second time that they've done it, but I'm not seeing. I'm still not seeing fairness here. I'm not seeing where is the fine? Where is the punishment for the Ravens? I mean, are we gonna wait weeks to decide this? I mean, this is what's bothering me. I mean, this is still an issue. We still haven't figured out if we're playing or not. Honestly, I don't. If we don't play Tuesday, I don't see it being right playing on Thursday. I really don't. I really don't. And in another sticky wicket, the San Francisco 49ers can no longer use their home stadium for the rest of the season. Santa Clara County released new restrictions. It banned all contact sports and mandated a 14-day quarantine for anyone traveling into the area from 150 miles away. Obviously, the Niners are 150 miles away in plenty of their away games, so now they have no place to play. They have 3 home games left. They might have to. They're looking at using the Arizona Cardinals Stadium. More than likely, because the protocol there is allowed, and it's relatively close. I mean, obviously close. It's not like cross country, but it's like close enough that they could use that as a thing. But if they can't play in them, the other option is to play at. They're looking at one of the stadiums in Texas, and again, that's going to be not quite home. But again, there's a lot of asterisks in this year. A lot of differentials in this year, and yeah, it's a difficult year. It's really a very difficult year. Speaking of difficult year, one of the guys on the Steelers that I will say I'm a little worried about is our running back James Conner. He tested positive for COVID-19. He's waiting for a second test to confirm it. Main reason I'm worried about him is he's a cancer survivor, and we all know that it hits certain people harder than it hits others. There are a lot of reports that the rapid tests are not always accurate, and that's one of the reasons he's waiting for the second test. So we are going to hope, I'm hoping that it was a false positive. I'm hoping that he comes back okay, because this is a good, strong young kid, and he doesn't need another fight in his life. He's had quite a few. He's done really well. But another big thing that happened this week, in a really big move, not completely surprising, but in a really big move at this point in the season, this is normally something that happens, at the end of the year after a crappy season. But the Lions fired their head coach Matt Patricia and their general manager Bob Quinn. It wasn't it wasn't, it wasn't a surprise to those in the know that it was happening, but just to me, it's a surprising time of the year to do it. Usually they will wait until the end of the year, but I think they're just that, just that fed up, and just that, And again, I've been saying for quite a while that the Lions are stronger than they've been playing, but you know, it's one of those things that I'm very grateful to my team that we have a very stable coaching environment, because Atlanta also fired their head coach Dan Quinn, and Houston fired
Hi, everybody.
Bill O'Brien. Chase is looking at you like, hey, this is our time. This is our time, Dad. What are you doing?
It's all my time. I meant to put that on charge before I walked out before.
Oh, how dare you?
Mwah.
No, you too.
Yoink.
The Atlanta's head coach being fired doesn't surprise me, because Atlanta has just been massively struggling. Houston, I'm not 100% sure the blame could have been thrown on the coach, but the Lions in Atlanta doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me at all. But those are like some of the major headlines. I'm hoping that things level off this week and that we could just try to have a week here. Obviously, we know the games that did play Thursday, which is kind of funny that both winning teams both scored 41 points. I mean, was that like the number of the day? I mean, it's kind of funny. But the Texans romped over the Lions 41-25, and the team with no name beat the heck out of the Cowboys in what was a close game for 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden, like, the dike broke, man, and water just torrentially went downhill, and that was the end of that. But we got this. Amazingly, there are no teams on bye this week. So, let's get into, before the schedule changes anymore, slight sarcasm there. Let's get into my picks and see who is going to do what. First game, the surprising 6-4 Dolphins against, there's no other word to say but struggling 0-10 Jets. I mean, struggling. Struggling in a really frustrating level, too, because honestly, like I said, there are a few games that I could easily say the Jets should have won. That, you know, they have the pieces on the board, they're simply just not executing it. And it's I don't know, maybe because I'm picking them every week that they're losing to spite me. Maybe if I pick the Dolphins, they'll win. I mean, be that the case or whatever, I'm still picking the Dolphins because I've tried to be on the Jets side, but they wouldn't surprise me if they got rid of their coach, but I'm not 100% sure that a coaching change right now would do anything. They might be one of the ones at the end of the season. It wouldn't surprise me if all of a sudden they shake up their coaching staff, but mid-season course correction, I don't see doing a whole heck of a lot, unfortunately for them. So all that being said, I'm gonna take the Dolphins. The Dolphins are kind of surprising me. They really are. Um, whether it's a flash in the pan or whatever. Yeah, I know, I do. Going over here looking for my bookie bet of the week. I usually have it narrowed down to 2 or 3 teams. Or 2 or 3 games. I think I know what I'm going to do, though. It's not this one, though. The Arizona Cardinals are facing the New England Patriots. Who the Patriots, I'm hesitant to use the word struggling with the Patriots because I don't think that they're struggling, but I don't think that they're used to being. They're certainly not used to being at this point in the season. You know, they're used to being much higher up in the season, usually by now with a good chokehold on first place. But their division has been totally shaken up. They are not doing well. The Dolphins are ahead of them, and the Bills are really taking the lead in that division. So for the Patriots to be in third place of their own division is a rare spot for them. So I think before they do a complete turnaround, I think they're going to suffer with the frustration a little more than anything else. The Cardinals, I don't think are gonna. I'm not certain that the Cardinals are gonna do too much as far as like playoffs or anything like that. But I do think that they're playing stronger than the Patriots, even though. You know, they're 6-4. Patriots are 4-6. The Patriots have the ability to beat the Cardinals, but I don't think they're in a mental place right now to do it. So I'm gonna give this one to the Cardinals, even though the Patriots are at home, and I see them struggling a little bit, and I think the Cardinals' heads are on a little straighter than the Patriots right now, and that's a big deal. That's a very big deal. Next game would be the Carolina Panthers against the Minnesota Vikings, who just, again, the Vikings, you know, again, on paper, the stronger team, but you can't go with on paper because they're not performing. I was kind of surprised they lost last week. I mean, last week, a lot of my picks just like slapped me in the face. You know, I had been doing good for a few weeks, and then like last week, everybody just threw the rule book out the window, and I was like, "What are you people doing?" But I mean, that's football. That's why you play the game. That's why it's just not, you know. It's not just, hey, this is the schedule, it's an automatic win. And I mean, part of it you could give to Vikings and Cowboys usually play each other really tough. Not as tough as say like the Vikings and Green Bay, but it's a good rivalry there. And this is the weird thing about the Cowboys. They're like, they have these little spurts of like, hey, we know how to play. And then the very next week they roll over like, I don't know what a football is. So they're even more confusing. I mean, they have a little bit of an excuse, obviously. They have their quarterback excuses, but still. As inconsistent as Carolina is, though, I'm gonna give it to the Vikings this week. I'm gonna think that they're angry at losing that close game that they really should have had. So I'm going to think they're going to turn that around and like slap the kitty cats around. Because I don't think the Panthers are playing strong enough to overcome a pissed off team. um, 7-3 Cleveland Browns. When was the last time we could say 7-3 Cleveland Browns? Do you remember? You probably weren't even alive the last time that could be said. I mean, you're going to be 12. You're going to be 12. Were they 7-3 any time in the last 12 years? I don't know. I don't know. Certainly not playing this strong. But hey, look at them. You go, little brownies. I mean, always a competitive division. They are now in second place. The Bengals are struggling horribly, and the Ravens are behind the Browns. So, who'd have thought it? Who would have thought the Browns? I mean, in theory, the Browns could knock the Ravens. If the Browns stay ahead, the Browns can knock the Ravens out of the playoffs. That would be a hell of a thing, now wouldn't it? On the other side of the coin, we have the 1-9 Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know what is going on with them. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know what's going on with the Jets. I mean, it's just some teams, they put enough plays together on the board, but they're just not enough in the same game to, yeah. So, I mean, all that being said is just a roundabout way of saying especially as strong as the Browns are playing. And again, that's weird for me to say, but as strong as they are, I do not see Jacksonville beating the Browns. I mean, it would probably make me laugh. It would hit me in my happy place, but I don't see it happening. I really don't see it happening at all. So we're gonna go with those Browns to keep up, and if the Browns win, they'll be 8-3. Impressive. I would have to say. Speaking of 8-3, at the end of this game, the Tennessee Titans and the Colts at the end of thank you. At the end of this game, one of these teams are going to be 8-3. The other will be 7-4, which is still respectable, but this is a big game of two strong teams. I think this one is going to be a very big, high-scoring game. And, I'm gonna call this one for the Colts, but they're not gonna. Thank you. They're not gonna run away with it. I think it's gonna be high-scoring on both sides, and I think the Colts will find a way to be at the end, to be winning at the end of the game. But I think that's going to be one of the entertaining ones to watch. I think that's going to be a lot of highlights, a lot of good plays, a lot of airing the ball out. Thank you. I love you, right, Bug Eye? How could you not love this fish? Look at the fish. Puff. Just got a whisker up my nose. Why? Okie dokie. Next game. The aforementioned struggling Cincinnati Bengals, 2-7-1. They are just having a hell of a hard year. Sympathy level at a low. Against the semi-struggling 3-7 Giants. Now, why do I say semi-struggling? I mean, obviously, at 3-7 is nothing to, write home about. But here's the thing. In the NFC East, because the team with no name won on Thursday, they are like temporarily in first place. But if the Giants win, let me backtrack. Before Washington played, when nobody had played yet, technically all four of these teams with horrible records, again before their win and before Dallas's loss, it was 3-7, 3-6, 3-7, 3-7. The Eagles only being different because they have a tie instead of that 7. So, in all honesty, if the Giants win today and the Eagles lose, then they're tied for first place. Like, somebody in this division is gonna be a wild card in the playoffs and could easily be in the playoffs with a below 500 record, which is kind of silly. Not impossible, but kind of silly. I mean, it's not impossible. It's going to happen. I thought the Giants were figuring stuff out. Ouch! I thought they were going to start winning. Oh, God help me. They lost their last game, but they're coming off of a bye. I can't pick the Bengals to beat the Giants. I mean, the Bengals are just struggling even more. The Giants are showing more signs of life than the Bengals. The Bengals are just like rolling over on the field lately. And so, it's almost an identical record, really, just taking away the tie. But if for no other reason, I mean, I know it's a tough pick, isn't it? I mean, it really is. I mean, if for no other reason, the Giants coming off a bye week and the Bengals coming off a hard loss, Giants might be in a better mindset. Because honestly, both are doing bad, but I think the Giants are going to pull this one. What are you, my love? Calm down. But yeah, I'm going to take the Giants to beat the Bengals. And amazingly, at 4-7, they would be tied for first place. And that's certainly not one that you say a lot at all. I mean, not at all do you say that. 4-7, you're tied for first place. No. At 7-4, sure. 7-4 in a competitive division, 2 or 3 teams could be tied for first place. But really? 4-7? Football's a strange game. We all know this. Chargers are going to Buffalo, playing those Buffalo Bills, who are 7-3.
Really? Go Buffalo!
Buffalo is playing really strong, at least for the next 2 weeks. They're going to be playing really strong. I don't see them having any problem against the Chargers. I really don't. I mean, they're going to have a problem on the 13th, but that's 2 weeks from now, so let's give them their due now. That I I mean, I almost took this as the bookie bet of the week. Almost. Because obviously it's just, that ridiculous for the Chargers to beat the Bills. You are killing me, dog. But, when I take a bookie bet of the when I make a bookie bet of the week, I have to think there's the teeny tiniest of chances, and I don't think there's the teeny tiniest of chances here. Um, so the Bills should have absolutely no problem running roughshod over them. Okay, let me say this properly because it still does not roll off the tongue properly. The Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, see, it even hit you funny. Las Vegas Raiders against the Atlanta Falcons, who are taking steps to improve, but coaching moves or not, the Falcons have not had the time to turn it around enough to beat the Raiders, who are playing very, very strong. Even though they're 6-4, they're playing stronger than their record. So, yee. We're gonna call the Raiders running ruckshot. I don't know why I'm using that phrase a lot today, except for I was watching a lot of MASH yesterday, so. Los Angeles Raiders. Does it sound weird to anybody else? I mean, I'm sure we'll get used to it. I'm sure we'll get used to it after a few years, but it sounds weird this year. I mean, they're obviously not going anywhere. Did you see that stadium? Have you seen the price tag for building that stadium? Have you seen what they put into that thing? Holy moly. I ever do make it to Vegas, one of my things I'm going to do is I want to go visit that thing because it's got everything in it, and I just want to go look at that thing. Holy moly. That thing is humongous. Literally cost $5 billion. Would it be? B. With a B to build. Wow. What in the world? But, whoosh. Here is my bookie bet of the week. Are you ready for it? Because I'm doing this. Here's my bookie bet of the week. The San Francisco 49ers are 4-6. Been really beaten up this year, literally lost a lot of guys, for a few weeks, just beaten up, smacked around. But they're still here. Scrappy little guys at 4-6. Against the Los Angeles Rams, who are 7-3, fighting really hard, doing really well. This is my bookie bet of the week. Niners are going to come in and surprise the hell out of the Rams and take the win. You heard it here first, and probably only. But you know what? When you make a daring bet, you make a daring bet. And again, really quickly, for those who do not know what my bookie bet is, it's a tribute to my dad, who always said, he and I would always talk football, and his big thing was the home team should always win, and if the home team didn't win, it was a quote-unquote bookie bet. The bookies control the game and made them lose so that they could win the money. Again, I was always impressed with how much he thought the bookies controlled, but I would also always tease him saying if that were the case, we wouldn't need to play the games. That's the variable. So, basically, it's a home team that should win, that definitely should win but a team coming in and surprising them and beating them. And again, you look on paper and you look how they've been struggling, and the Niners shouldn't be able to do it, but I look at something else. I look at the spirit, I look at the mentality of the team, and I think this might be where they try to turn the end of the season around to make that final push to make a playoffs. So, if my theory is correct, they're going to beat the Rams and make a final push to try to ensure that they're at least a wild card in the game, in the thing. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. 8-2, New Orleans Saints. Not only are the Broncos struggling at 4-6, even though they beat the Dolphins somehow last week. As we mentioned before, the Broncos don't have an active quarterback, per se. They had to bring somebody up. They had to activate somebody who technically is a wide receiver, not a quarterback. He has quarterback experience before he switched over to a receiver. Again, that's a plus. You know, not just going eeny, meeny, miny, mo, hey, can you throw a ball? But I don't. I see the Broncos giving it a try, but no way in hell. No way in hell. I will repeat. Are the Broncos going to be able to pull this off against Drew Brees and the Saints? There's just no way. There's just absolutely no way. I mean, reality is reality. And, you know, hopefully by next week the Broncos could regroup and have like at least one of their quarterbacks back on. It's like a 5-day protocol, so if they all test negative, they'll be fine. You know, Ben was on that protocol and he was fine. So I mean, there's no way. There is just no way. One that there's a possibility, whether I like to admit it or not, the 9-1 Chiefs are going to Tampa Bay to take on Tom Brady and the 7-4 Buccaneers. Now, again, I have to say, whether I like to say it or not, I have to say that Brady's done better than I thought he would. I thought he'd have a little bit harder time, but he is showing chinks in the armor. I mean, he lost to the Rams last week. He got mangled by the Saints a few weeks ago. So, I mean, this could be one of those. He's doing well against lesser grade teams, and when he comes up against, you know, the big guys, he falls. I mean, is that what we're gonna assume here? I mean, I don't want to give all the credit to him just not being used to his team, because Mahomes and the Chiefs are the real deal. I mean, they are not easy to beat at all. I am taking them to win again. But, I think I definitely think that Brady's gonna. Now you see, I said this with the Saints. I thought that Brady was gonna keep it close when he played them, and they couldn't even put a touchdown on the board. So I part of me thinks that Brady's gonna try to keep this one close too. If he gets leveled again, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh because then it's really just a matter of uh that right now they're not up to playing against the big guys. So this is a real test. Not for the Chiefs. This is a real test for Brady and Tampa Bay. Like, can they play in the big leagues? Can they hold up against the biggest guys in the field? And this is going to be a big test for him. Hope he fails, but it's going to be a big test for him. The night game tonight is the 5-5 Bears against the 7-3 Packers. The 3 games the Packers have lost have kind of surprised me the way they lost them. Bears and Packers are always a good physical rivalry game. But I think Rodgers has his head on right now, and I think that again I think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be close scoring. And I think it's going to be very physical, but I think the Packers are going to come out on top of this one. The Monday night game. And I'm sure when they scheduled this, they thought it was going to be a much tighter game than it was. The 7-3 Seahawks against the 3-6-1 Eagles. Now remember what I've said about those tie games. Those tie games really come back to get you in the end. And a team that's 3-6-1, you wouldn't think that's going to make a difference. But hey, wait a minute. Everybody else in their division is 3-7. So if the Eagles win and the Giants win, then it's Eagles, Giants, and the team with no name all tied for first, except for that one little tie game. That would be what would knock the Eagles out, that tie game. Told you, those things come back to haunt you. They're like that little thing just waiting to flick you off of the playoffs. I say it with a grain of salt because I've been there. Don't like it. Last notation has a big old asterisk. Do you see the asterisk? Because this is if they play. Move from Thursday to Sunday to Tuesday, now possibly move to this Thursday. My Steelers, they're 10-0. They're taking the Ravens. At this point, they want to break the Ravens in half. I'm not taking the Ravens over my team. I don't care. The Steelers will win whenever. Don't you laugh at me. Whenever we finally play this game, don't you shake your head at me.
You just said
No to winning or no to playing? Because at this point,
winning. See?
dog,
Wow, that was twice. He was pretty good.
dog, you're a Steelers fan.
He doesn't think you're going to win.
You think we're going to lose to the Ravens?
He,
We lose to the Ravens, you don't get treats for a week.
don't worry, Daddy will get them to you.
No, Daddy won't. I'll hide the treats.
Yeah, right.
I hope you enjoyed my rantings for an hour.
Nah.
And you guys have a wonderful day.
What's up, everybody?
Come on, Chase.
Howdy, monkey. What's going on, all? How we doing? I hope everyone has had fun for the last hour. Let me do some things really quickly here.
I know, that's a bit effort. You picked my dog up, too.
There we go.
Yes, I love it more than I love anything else in the house.
I understand what I was trying to say is I'd like to have more awareness
There we are. Number one, good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully, it is nice in your area and you can enjoy it. I'm only on for another hour, again, as was being discussed, football. So, who would be interested in a little bit of trivia? Let me get some music going over here. I'm in the mood for a little heavy gravel guild, so kick it off with Rome from George Lynch. All right, number two from Heavy Gravel Guild, Behold the Viewing. All right, Mount Kilimanjaro, a dormant volcano located in what country? Coming up towards the end of this track, once again, Mount Kilimanjaro, a dormant volcano located in what country? Was the question. Behold the Buick. Now, Gremlin Fiesta. Again, George Lynch with Heavy Gravel Guild. I was looking for Tanzania. All right. In military terms, a click. A distance of how many meters? What's up? How we doing over here? Welcome to Compound Concentrates and Coffee online radio station. We're here 7 days a week. Right now, we're in the middle of Trivia Challenge. Facebook against YouTube and Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, so many other places at which CC&C is at. And you're looking at it. Yeah, this is my little brainchild here. Once again, who can tell me in military terms a distance of how many meters is a click? Where are you joining us from, by the way? What neck of the woods you in? There you go. Once again, Heavy Gravel Guild, man. Kicking ass with George Lynch. Who doesn't know George Lynch, right? Yeah. That tune? Gremlin Fiesta. Gotta love the name. All right, here we go. Here's another one with George and the boys. This is called Undertow. Nebraska, huh? Well, it's kind of funny how everybody thinks that their location is shitty until they leave it. And then I've left where I'm broadcasting from Connecticut. This is where we're out of. I've moved out of Connecticut over the years before, and I've always ended up coming back here. All right, so as I was saying, Undertow, George Lynch, Heavy Gravel Guild, coming your way. By the way, a click. Well, in short terms, is 1,000 kilometers. 1,000 meters. However, if you actually look up what a true click is, it's 1,093.61 meters. Now, we've actually discussed this one before. Now I'm just kind of curious who's retained. The magician, Harry Houdini? What day did he die on? see an answer over there at Facebook, but nope. That is not the right response. Absolutely. There it is. Good job over there, YouTubers. Yes, Halloween, October 31st, 1926. All right, we're on the back side of this track, so I'm just letting it finish out. I'll have the next question with the next song. And by the way, my Smokahannas, I know I didn't actually acknowledge it, but I did see your 1,000 over there on the board to the click question. I realized that. I went through my little explanation and everything, but I was like, oh, you know, I wrote the point down. You all got 2 points on the board. But I realized I didn't acknowledge it. My apologies. Blonde moment. There we go. Once again, what you heard was a tune called Undertow that came to you from George Lynch and Heavy Gravel Guild. So, next track, next question. Now, next track. Destroyer Creator, featured with Heavy Gravel Guild. This tune is called Dentro di Me. All right, here we go. The electric eel, native to which continent? They inhabit fresh waters, floodplains, swamps, creeks, small rivers, coastal plains. I'm noticing the time too, 12:16. 4 minutes, everybody. Once again, electric eel, native to which continent? Yeah, the Amazon, Orinoco River Basin. Give you a hint there. Again, this track is almost done. They are native. There it is. Good job, YouTubers. Yes, South America. Yep. Good job. Wrap it up. Dentro di Me. Destroyer Creator. Heavy Gravel Guild. Now, Dentro di Me, actually, it translates to inside of me. I have one last one left from Heavy Gravel Guild. Now, this one, the very first tune I was ever turned on by Heavy Gravel Guild, and it features Walter Eno on guitar. This being the first track that Eno himself ever did on rock metal, like his first ever, creation try at it, basically. I was freaking blown away when I heard those words. This is what you're going after. Yeah, this dude's never played this type of guitar before this. So I was just like, what? I mean, talk about doing it naturally. Alright, often added at the end of a letter or even an email. What do the letters PS stand for? Well, I suppose they could be that, but no. Our Smokeahontas over here on YouTube just came back with piece of shit. It's from Latin, meaning written after. What's up, buddy? Yeah. P.S. Alright, well, I was looking for postscript. Postscript. Redhaven and Harmony. Varieties of what fruit? There it is. Good job, YouTubers. Yes, Peach. Hell yeah. Killer track right there. So far in Trivia Challenge, YouTube sitting at 4 points. Absolutely kicking it over there. Good job, everybody. I have that wheel spinning, so when I look over there, I should have another track. All right. Okay. This tune's called Toxic Chemicals. It's Lyle Workman, the artist. Let's see what we have, shall we? I Get Weak, a song which was recorded by this singer for her second studio album, Heaven on Earth. Who am I referring to? Okay, didn't realize that was like a minute track. But you still have time to answer. I'm just going to grab another song. There we go. The Fruit of Good Deeds. This comes to you from Lyle Worthman. So, I Get Weak, a song recorded by what singer for her second studio album, Heaven on Earth? Belinda Carlisle. There it is. Good job, YouTubers. Good job. All right. Well, since I'm only on for another 35 minutes, I mean, it really doesn't make sense to take a pause, even though we've reached 5 points. What's the capital city of Romania? Yes, good job, YouTubers. Bucharest is correct. Yeah. I was just looking at our time on our music. We're on the back side of the track, so I'm just going to let it finish out. Excuse me. Got The Fruit of Good Deeds, the artist Lyle Worthman. Coming up next, the artist Jeanne-Prine Levine, innovative global fusion artist from prog rock to gypsy jazz, Indian to Celtic. Multi-instrumentalist blending genres and defying expectations. Check out JANAPRIYAN.com. Okay, this Greek philosopher was actually sentenced to death by drinking poisoned hemlock. Wow. Who am I referring to? That's right, YouTubers. It was, in fact, Socrates. Yes, being accused of corrupting the youth of Athens, sentenced to death, allowed to spend his final days in the company of his friends, given the executioner's cup of poisonous hemlock. That was his final thing. We are right here on the end of this track. I already have our next question. That was The Devil, again, Jean-Prine Levine. Now, Kent Osborne, Golden Braid Productions, with Grayed Out. Now, if we were talking about the test which measures the electrical activity of one's heartbeat, what does EKG stand for? EKG. Yep. Good job, YouTubers. Yes. It could be either ECG or EKG. We're talking electrocardiogram. Yeah, or electrocardiography. The electrical signal from your heart, checking for different heart conditions. Nice. Once again, what you just heard there was Grayed Out, Kent Osborne, featured with Golden Braid Productions. Another in the hip-hop. All right. Rikki Tikki Tavi. A short story about a mongoose going all the way back to 1894 and an anthology. What story would I be referring to? All right, I'm getting responses. I'm not getting what I'm looking for. People are trying. Again, Ricky Tikki Tavi. Short story about a mongoose from what 1894 anthology. From Rudyard Kipling. It's about adventures of a valiant young Indian gray mongoose. All right, well, I was looking at the Jungle Book. The Jungle Book. All right, this track's right there, little sliver. Elephant Dub, Jumbo. Now, Carl Perazzo, Lacan, Roger Smith, Dig Infinity. This tune, Better Days. Here. Here's some better days for everybody, right? All right. Michael Bond, the British author, created what fictional children's character? There it is. That's right, Paddington Bear. That polite, good-natured, but disaster-prone little bear. One second, everybody. All right, here we go. All right. This former bosom buddy starring in Saving Private Ryan. Who am I referring to? That is correct, Tom Hanks. I had a feeling people would know that one. Better Days. Again, that track. I dig it. Dig Infinity. Carl Perazzo, Lacan, and Roger Smith. Little Jamie West Aura. All right, YouTubers staring at the brink of the win. So, Coca-Cola. First served as a fountain beverage at a pharmacy in what U.S. city? What's up, Paul? Nice to see you, man. So once again, where was Coke served? First served as a fountain beverage in what city? That's correct. That'll work. Thank you. That is correct. It was, in fact, in Atlanta. Yeah, it was on May 8th, 1886 by John S. Pemberton. Served at Jacob's Pharmacy Soda Fountain. That was for the win. I love peanut brittle. Absolutely love it. Always have. And I have 2 of those old Coca-Cola soda fountains. The ones that they actually earned their names, the nickname, the soda jerk. Because you have to jerk the handle in order to do the proper, serve. Once again, we wrapped up that track from Jamie West Oram. And we have something coming up, of course. It goes to the losers. It's a request from the winners, and it's a dedication, of course. A loving dedication. Yeah, Nico Fuzz and Barbasauce with a little track. It's called Kick in the Ass. Good job, YouTubers. On your way. She comes out wet hands and all. She couldn't stay away. I know, my view. So it's a good word, Paul. You know she can't stay away. If she's here and I play certain songs, it's just, they draw her out. I dig it. I'm about that. Glad to hear it. It was great. It was absolutely great. Like I said before, I hung out with the family, had good food. The turkey came out great. Little Nico fuzz for you there. Yeah, the turkey came out great. All the food was good. Would have been nice to have some friends and things over, like, you know, I normally would do for Thanksgiving. It is what it is. All right, Lock and Key, Nico Fuzz, and friends. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if anybody noticed the post I put up on my page in Facebook regarding that monolith that showed up in the state park just mysteriously. Now, there's video. It's video that I posted. If you click on the picture, quite frankly, this monolith that they were calling it, it's pretty underwhelming. You literally could have walked up to it and gone like this. And original claims where it was like, 10 to 15 feet tall. No. It's not metal. It's not solid. And, it disappeared overnight last night. So as mysteriously as it showed up, it's gone. Well, I think it's funny how no coordinates were ever publicly posted by anybody through the Park Service. But people did figure out where it was, and there are video of people, people took of themselves there. Yep. All right, couple from Nico Fuzz. Now, Echo Praxia. Austin Woodward, and Where I Got Off. I mean, again, I honestly, if I spent the time to go look for it, which I kind of wanted to, I would have been like, if I found it, I would have just been like, this is it? Like, this? The hype. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. You know, I hope it's nice out where you're at. Take advantage of it best you can, of course. Here's your Austin and Adam Griffith. You too, my Smokeahontas. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure. And again, congrats on your win. Peace. Much love. Excuse me. Absolutely, Paul. You too. You too. Once again, good talking to you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Always nice. Nope. No, I haven't done a second shift on a Sunday in a while. I actually took a lot of people's advice and kind of, well, didn't step back much. I only took off one show on the weekend, so it's one on Saturday and one on Sundays. All right, this is where I get off, everybody. Cy Coonan taking us out as he does every shift. Y'all be good, you stay safe, enjoy the rest of your day. What's up, Matches? How are you, baby? Again, be good to everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me here on CC&C on the SunDaze edition. We are done for this broadcast day. Much love. I'll see you tomorrow.